Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. The next time you see a drone hovering up there, do me a favor, completely forget about the propellers for a second. Today, we're diving straight into the invisible intelligence that's, quite frankly, completely redefining autonomous tech right above our heads. For the longest time, artificial intelligence felt like, well, a totally futuristic concept, right? Something stuck in research labs or sci-fi movies. But today, it is fundamentally transforming industries and basically reshaping how real-world decisions are made. And honestly, one of the absolutely most fascinating areas where this evolution is happening at lightning speed is the drone industry. We are looking at a massive paradigm shift here. We're moving way beyond just focusing on the physical hardware of the drone and zeroing in on the invisible intelligence that actually drives it.
Right, so to really get what's happening, we kind of need to shatter an old assumption and rewire how we think about these things. In the past, drones were essentially just, well, remote-controlled toys on a really long invisible leash. They were basic flying cameras that absolutely required a human pilot to dictate every single movement. If you stop steering, the drone stopped functioning. Boom, end of story. But present reality, it's entirely different. Today's AI-powered drones are actually flying intelligent systems. They're autonomous, decision-making machines capable of adapting to changing physical conditions completely on their own. They aren't just snapping pictures anymore. They are actively interpreting the entire world around them. Now, what's genuinely wild about this shift is exactly what AI empowers these machines to do with basically zero human intervention. It sounds a bit like magic, honestly. Imagine a drone flying straight into a raging forest fire. It isn't just fighting the wind to stay level anymore. It's autonomously navigating through thick smoke, mapping hazardous terrain in real time, and even spotting trapped hikers. All of that without a human ever touching a joystick. These systems can optimize their own flight paths, predict mission risks before they even happen, and process just massive amounts of visual data on the fly. It is a monumental leap in capability. And this leap translates into some incredible real-world impacts across completely different sectors. Take agriculture, for instance. These aren't just flying sprinklers. They're analyzing microvariations in soil moisture and crop health to treat only the exact plants that need it, covering massive fields entirely autonomously. Or think about logistics. We're talking about drones threading the needle through incredibly crowded urban airspaces to deliver critical packages with absolute pinpoint accuracy. And in defense and border security, these systems are supporting complex surveillance operations by dynamically recognizing threats and predicting risks. From inspecting massive bridges to powering emergency responses in smart cities, it's the exact same core AI capabilities, completely rewriting how these industries operate. To truly grasp this transformation, we've got to look past the physical stuff. Look past the batteries, the carbon fiber, the propellers, and look really closely at the cognitive brain driving the whole machine. What exactly is happening inside the software that allows a flying piece of metal to recognize a microscopic crop disease or seamlessly navigate a super chaotic construction site? Well, it all comes down to the highly specific types of artificial intelligence being deployed under the hood. So, the crucial point here is understanding the difference between the reality we actually have right now and the sci-fi stuff we see in movies. General AI, or strong AI, is that theoretical future stage where a machine could perform human-level reasoning across a bunch of completely different domains. Basically, your classic Hollywood AI. Let me be clear, we are not there yet. What today's drones actually rely on is narrow AI, which sometimes gets called weak AI. But seriously, do not let the word weak fool you here. Think of it kind of like a master chef who can only cook one very specific dish, but cooks it better than literally anyone else on the planet. It's highly specialized and unbelievably powerful at complex tasks like object detection, facial recognition, and terrain analysis. That right there is the true foundation of modern drone intelligence. Let's break down how a flying machine actually learns to do all of this. It essentially grows up in stages. First up, you have supervised learning. This is basically like showing a drone thousands of meticulously labeled pictures of a power line so it knows exactly what to look for. Then comes unsupervised learning, where the drone starts identifying hidden, unlabeled patterns entirely on its own. This is an absolute game changer for spotting anomalies, like microscopic stress fractures on a bridge. Next up is reinforcement learning. This is an incredibly powerful approach where the drone learns through a system of digital rewards and penalties, effectively teaching itself how to dodge obstacles over time through trial and error. And finally, the whole shebang culminates in self-supervised learning, where the AI generates its own learning structures from raw data. It's a hugely crucial step for making sense of massive, unpredictable environments. Interestingly enough, a lot of this learning doesn't even happen in the physical world. Before a drone ever leaves the ground, generative AI is increasingly being used to prep it. It's essentially the matrix for drones, if you think about it. Generative AI creates incredibly complex simulation environments and synthetic training data for intelligent scenario generation. The drone is put through tens of thousands of simulated flights, running into extremely rare weather events or sudden, unpredictable obstacles, all in a purely virtual space. By the time it finally spins up its real propellers, it has already experienced thousands of lifetimes of flying, so it knows exactly how to react. All right, here is where we need to take a quick pause and ask a highly critical question. We've established that these AI-powered machines are smart, right? They're adaptable, they're highly autonomous. But to be this smart, these systems require a truly staggering amount of data, which means we absolutely have to ask, what exactly are they collecting when they fly over our cities, our highways, and our neighborhoods?
Listen, these aren't just flying cameras anymore. They are literally flying data vacuums, scooping up highly sensitive information. They aren't just passively looking at the road. They're actively collecting behavioral data on how you move through a crowd. They're gathering biometric information, powered by that specialized facial recognition tech we talked about earlier. They're mapping the critical infrastructure of your neighborhood, pulling down deep location intelligence, and wrapping deeply personal information into these complex environmental analytics. The sheer scope of what they perceive goes so incredibly far beyond a simple photograph. It's actually staggering when you stop to think about it.
Because of this staggering data hauls, society urgently needs to construct a new, robust framework of oversight. Organizations really have to step up here. We need massive advancements in data protection and strict AI governance to act as a shield. We have to address severe cybersecurity risks too. Because let's be real, an autonomous drone getting hijacked mid-flight is a massive catastrophic threat. We need to define clear ethical boundaries and tackle those very real public surveillance concerns head-on. Plus, we've got to figure out the exact right balance of human oversight in systems that are fundamentally designed to operate without us. The big takeaway here, the technology has drastically outpaced the rules, and the rules need to catch up like yesterday.
This quote perfectly hits the nail on the head and summarizes our explainer today. The future of drones is no longer only about flight. It is about intelligence, autonomy, data, and decision-making at scale. That's the core of it. Flight is honestly just the delivery mechanism now. The true value and the true power lies in the artificial intelligence making millions of calculations a second. AI is the undeniable engine driving this massive transformation from simple aerial tools to highly scaled autonomous decision-making platforms. The technology is here, folks, and it's only getting smarter, faster, and way more autonomous through advanced machine learning. But as these machines master the skies and the vast oceans of data floating within them, the real challenge falls back on us. As drones master autonomous intelligence, can society master their oversight? Can we actually strike that delicate balance between incredibly rapid technological innovation and our fundamental, basic rights to privacy and security? I'll leave you with that final thought to chew on. Let it give you a completely new perspective the absolute next time you hear a drone buzzing overhead.